Welcome to a little party in your honor, Leroy. What's up? You know what it is, man. It's your boy, Miss You Never Heard That Before. Welcome back. This is episode 13. For this episode 13, just call me Marvin Albert. Just call me a Marvin Rashad. Why? Because I'm delivering you the sports live. We got Michael. Oh man, that brings back so many memories. And those Sunday mornings, waking up early is nothing like the NBA Finals. Last night, the other day, was nothing like the two most famous words in sports: Game 7. And I'm happy to tell you, call me something like Nostradamus. First off, let me say I'm like Nostradamus. First off, let me say I told you so. I'm feeling like I'm on Gilbert's arena. I'm feeling like Rashad McCants when he says, I'm just giving you the facts. People get mad. They come to me and say, who you think gonna win? Who's gonna go in this round? Who's gonna go in that round? And I gotta say, little be known to let me tell you that I knew that Wembanyama was gonna make it to the NBA Finals. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. That's just my man. If you could check it out, a few days ago, I told you I dropped my daily messages. I always have. I told you before Game 7 starts. I'm telling you like this: Wembanyama is gonna come out victorious. It is. He's just gonna come back victorious. And how I knew it, and how I'm celebrating Wembanyama on this episode, I'm wearing this shirt. Welcome to the down upside. This is from Stranger Things, and that's a shout out to that man. That's a Stranger Thing. That alien himself, Victor Wembanyama. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop you 5 quick segments. Just stay here, give me a little bit of your time. I might take 20 minutos, maybe 20 minutes, 15 to 20, maybe 30 minutes of your time, depending on how the swagger lasts. You know how I do it. I'm always doing it live. I'm always freestyling, no takes. This is our raw, uncut sports edition of Miss You Never Heard That Before. Sit back, put up a chair, take a beverage of your choice. I always remember to subscribe, share, and comment. I'm going to be asking a few questions during this episode to see how you feel about some of the players that's involved in this NBA Finals between your San Antonio Spurs and your New York Knickerbockers. Hey, so let's drop it. So, again, welcome to this episode. This is going to be my NBA edition. Welcome to the NBA Finals. They are set. No more SGA flopperooski. We're on to the Knicks versus the Spurs. So, again, before I start this episode, I'm sorry, Stephen A. Smith. I'm sorry, Spike Lee. I'm sorry, Tracy Morgan. Hey, I'm even sorry to Patrick Ewing. But we know what's going to be the results of this. We know it. And if you think you heard this story before, it's because you have. 27 years ago. We picked up 27 years ago. Sorry to y'all that's a little bit younger, might not have been around in that time in 1999 when we had this prequel before where the Knicks made a miracle run to the NBA Finals. It wasn't per se a miracle. You know, the East was a little, I see a seat since the exit of yours truly, not yours truly, but you know, the man, the myth, the greatest to go. Michael Jordan exited the league. But need I say more? The Knicks made their miracle run to the NBA Finals in 1999. And who did they face? Did they run into a generational plain Jane talent by the name of Tim Duncan? Yes, they did. And you know the results? And I feel like right now, history's about to repeat itself. The only difference is now they're going to run into a extraterrestrial generational talent by the name of Wembanyama. He's so extraterrestrial that nobody can really say his name. That's why everybody said fast. Victor Wembanyama, who's wearing that Monstars version of the San Antonio Spurs jersey. Yes, sir. VIC. There's not another brother bad as me. He about to get it on to the break of dawn in this NBA Finals. You can't just say that I'm picking one side or the other. Or maybe you can. But I feel like the Spurs are gonna take it. So I gotta tell you, Swan, I gotta tell you why. And this is just what I believe. I gotta tell you why this is not just about being a championship. At the end of this championship, it's gonna be a change of the guard. This is gonna be when the NBA transforms itself into the Victor Wembanyama era. No more that OKC, see you later, Golden State, see you later. All this like when the league transfers and goes to the new age of the people, the new age where you see another but 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" point guards, big men that's running the floor, limber, got all versatility, flexible and into the lane. It's changing to that new, you got to be 7 foot plus, pushing the point guard, on the wing, doing step back threes, double in and out moves, hezzy pull. Like that's why we always know Kevin Durant was way too early for his time. But we about to transfer into the new era of the Victor Wembanyama. And I'm going to tell you why in this episode why the Spurs are much more of a dangerous team than you think. It's a lot of reason. And who don't give it to you better than me? Miss, you never heard that before. Put on your seatbelt, strap up, and listen in. So, first segment. My first segment, I'm gonna tell you a little something like this. This is the story that nobody's talking about when we come into these NBA finals. Now, don't get me wrong. We already know the story of the Knicks that's going on right now. Their first trip to the NBA finals since before Y2K. big body, versatile, big body left hand Brunson. He's been unalive in the playoffs. We know he's putting up those numbers. He's putting up 29 points per game. He's putting the ball in the bucket. He got the left hand floater. He's missed the clutch. We already know big body Brunson been playing terrific. We already know that cat called Anthony Towns is finally playing winning basketball. The offense is going through him. He's the assist man. Already got a couple of triple doubles in the playoffs already. The ball is going through him. He's been the second best big man in all the playoffs. We know that. He's no longer making idiotic 60. He's making fouls 60 feet from the bucket. Nobody cringes me more than yelling at the TV than when Cat Anthony Towns is making fouls on the other end of the floor instead of having his big butt back under the goal and preparing himself for defense. So he's ready. Knicks, we know that the Knicks are on an 11-game playoff winning streak. Now, let me give you something before that, because all these so-called people that was analyzing sports, all these voices on TV, when the Knicks were going through their first round playoff version, against Atlanta, they was ready to get the coach fired. They was ready to trade in their Knicks tickets and their seats to go against the Knicks. And it's funny how the tables turned. Soon after they had they said they had the meeting. Jalen Brunson talked about they had the players only meeting. They came around and then they were on this winning streak. So thank all those players that held their own. They wouldn't, like in the words of Big Head Perkins, they had to keep a cool booty and let it keep riding. And got to give them that. They've been on that 11-game winning streak. So got to give them credit for that. So we know that. Ever since Atlanta, they've been doing what they had to do. Everybody been playing their role and shutting their mouth. Play your role and shut your mouth. So the city of New York is in a blaze. I'm tired of seeing all these Facebook posts, all these IG posts of all these Knicks fans going wild. They holding down for their city. I hope the city stands up long enough to make it to the finals. So just hold it together, New York City, until you make it to the finals. Don't tear up the city until you make it there. So New York City think this is the year of destiny. We know it. We know our Knicks are going to win the championship this year. But what you people don't know is the Spurs are much more than that 7'5" monster in the middle. Did you know that? Did you know they had more than just Wembanyama? Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that? The Spurs just got through surviving the hardest challenge in all of basketball. What's that, you ask me? They were able to beat the OKC Thunder and the referees. That's right. They were able to overcome all those flops. It's hard to overcome those flops unless you place a bets like Billups. It's hard to overcome those flops. You got to take it into consideration. Flopperooski, SGA. Flopperooski, Jay Williams. Not the one that's hurt the other one. Flopperooski, Chet. Flopperooski, Dort. Woo! So they was able to overcome that adversity to make it to the finals. And that's hard. So they overcame that 7-game war of attrition on the road and to make it all the way to the NBA finals. So I got a question for you. Is it better to be resting for 8 days in a row, to be rusty, especially when you got an 11-game winning streak, coming off that rust of 8 games? Or would you rather have just come out of adversity, dealing with the war, dealing with the battle, in the bunker, in the trenches with your guys to overcome that to make it to the finals? Or would you rather come off that rush when you've been sitting around doing nothing? What would you rather have? Drop me your comments. What would you rather be? Would you rather be the Knicks with those days off? And then in the days off from the games, Mitchell Robinson breaks his pinky. Come on, Knicks. Say, word to coach. Tell these guys to have a seat. Just rest, bro. And all you do is spin records. All you do is get rebounds, boy. Sit down somewhere. What are you doing anyway to break your pinky? You weren't shooting free throws, so now he's gonna go from 20% free throws to maybe 11% free throws. Doesn't matter. And so can he be in the game? Sorry for this aside, but can he be in the game for clutch time when it's time to hack a Robinson? Ah man, Knicks, what are we doing now? All right, so that's enough about segment 1. Let me go ahead and break it down to segment 2. Segment 2, what do I believe is going to be the big, and I say that, what's going to be the big difference in this series? The big difference, let me think. It's going to be Victor Wembanyama, the big difference, not the big ticket like Garnett in Boston, the big Wembanyama. The biggest reason is that this 7'5" Eiffel Tower, not because of his height, Not because he's famous, it's because he's doing something that there's nobody doing in the league right now. He's dominating both sides of the ball. And me being an 80s and 90s basketball connoisseur, I hate saying it. I hate saying he's a two-way player. Because in our days, there's no such thing as a two-way player. It's a player. If you're a player on the court, you should be able to play both ways. This ain't football. You don't get subbed out for defense, subbed out for offense. You should be able to play defense and offense. That's the name of the game. Basketball requires you to go score points and stop somebody else from scoring. But the league is what it is now. I'm not going to be the old man complaining. But Victor Wembanyama dominates on both sides of the ball. He is the unanimous defensive player of the year. He's not that defensive player of the year that's 6'5", making all the noise, getting technical fouls, stomping on people. He's not that 7'2" defensive player of the year that's a liability on offense and can't even catch the ball with the worst hands that you've ever seen. Not taking shots. I'm just saying he's a unanimous true defensive player of the year. And he can put up buckets for you. He's setting records. I'm talking about 19 blocks. I'm talking about 15 3-pointers in the Western Conference Final, to say the least. Victor Big Yama Wembanyama. He's the new face of the league. He's the baby face French connection. Shouts out to Steph Curry, the baby face assassin. We got the baby face French connection. French and vanilla. Don't mention French and vanilla when you got Colbert, whatever his name is, slapping the ball on the deep. That's neither here nor there. So that's what we got for you. So would you try, just a little scenario for you. Would you try to steal candy going down the candy alley if you saw John Wick standing down there in the middle of the aisle? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't even think about it. Ask Chet. Chet takes his money out of his pocket before he even walk up and pick up the candy. He was so, I didn't even see Chet Holmgren look at the basketball goal. That boy shot 2 shots in Game 7, the most important game of his career. And he's 7-1. When you see Victor Wembanyama under the goal, nobody's even attacking the basket anymore. They're scared. To me, that's not defense. That's psychological warfare. That's psychological warfare. It's no longer called defense. You scared when you see it. Got a quick question. If you start a franchise right now, this is the last, where I'm from, right now I'm in Dubai, so it's already June the 1st. You start your team right now, June the 1st. Who are you starting with on your team other than Wembanyama? I'll wait. Drop me a comment. I'm listening. Would it be Jokic? No, he don't play both sides of the ball. He can't jump over a phone book. Would you say Giannis? He's still hurt. I don't even know what team he played for. I don't know the last time he played. You better not even think about having him pulling up on threes. Would you say Luka? Don't remember the last time he played neither. His defense, atrocious. I can't wait to see him and Reeves in that backcourt together with no defense. Who would you take? You know what, to be honest, who would you take in any other era besides, Michael Jordan? It's Wemby. He's our era Wilt Chamberlain, except he got a 3-pointer. Ooh, that's hard for you boys. So who'd you take? Just as I thought, you would take Wemby. Let's do it. Now, I got you with segment 1. Segment 1, I told you about what nobody talking about. Segment 2, I talked about the big difference, Victor. For segment 3, let's talk a little bit about Spurs' secret weapons. Like the secret juice on the Monstars, the secret weapon, the secret drink. Everything gonna be built around Monstars. We got a Monstar coming for the San Antonio Spurs. All right, man. So, all right, segment 3. What is the Spurs' secret weapon? Like I said before, they don't just have Wembanyama. They got a whole heap of trouble for you when you come over to the Spurs. A whole heap of trouble. Let's go one by one. Let's start with Fox. Now, don't get me wrong. Fox did not have a great Western Conference final. He was hammered by an ankle injury, but he still sets the tone. He is a vet. And let's don't forget, he ain't been the clutch scorer of the year quite a few times, and he is fast. If he turn the lights off, he can make it to the bed before it get dark in the room. I'm talking about that boy is quick as lightning, fast. Holds it down for the team. No turnovers. We got Castle. Castle, like my coach would say, Castle is in your jockstrap. When you got to hear him go to the bathroom before the game starts and you open up the stall and he already in the stall, he waiting for you. He was waiting on SGA. He is everywhere. He's in your jockstrap. He in your hoop shorts. When you go to the prayer room and close the door, who knew he was going to be in the room with you? Castle is on, and he pulling up on dubs, and he got assists. Had 7 assists a game in the Western Conference Finals. Castle got divas, and he can score that ball. He was the second leading scorer for the Spurs during that time. Who else we got? We Dylan Harper, championship DNA, Father Ron Harper playing with MJ. Clutch, 20 years old, pulling up on clutch 3-pointers, all in SGA's face. And he plays both sides of the ball. Clutch out of Rutgers. Second pick of the draft. Only second to who? Plant that flag in Dallas. Baller. Champagne. Did he hit 6 3-pointers in game 7? Not scared of the moment they cut him. What did he say in his interview? They cut him without notice. Was sent down to the G League. Thought his career was over at 20. Reinvigorated. Reestablished himself on the San Antonio Spurs. Thanks, Pop and company. They ain't got that 3-point shooter. Woo! He lit it up. 6 straight bombs. Don't lose confidence. Shoot every shot like he in practice. Pulling up on dubs. 6th man of the year, Keldon Johnson. Big body. We're going there scraffle and scrounge for a reason. Like my coach would say, scruffer, you a scruffer and scrounger. Don't dribble the ball to shoot. You a scruffer and scrounger. Get in there and get the rebound. Get the putbacks. Don't forget they got the birthday boy, Harrison Barnes, just a vet. Calm everybody down. He ain't had big numbers, but he a vet. Don't make me mention Vassell. They got defenders everywhere. They got Vassell. They got Dylan Harper. They got Johnson. They got Fox. They got Castle. They got everybody's going to play defense on you. They got defense. They're going to play defense on you at all costs. They got a big core full of everybody that's not afraid of the moment. And all from Harper, Castle, they having breakout moments in their first playoffs. They're not scared of the moment. They will come out there and get you. 6th man of the year, unanimous defensive player of the year. They got too many people. They come at you in waves. It's like I remember we used to play against a team called Southwest in Fort Worth, Texas. We got like 7 or 8 men. Some of our teammates flunked off the team, whatever. They got a rotation. They got about 5 minutes in the game. They come with a whole new five. We got their holding on shorts. What they say you supposed to do like this when you can't breathe. We had our heads down. They got too many people. They come at you in waves. They coming so fast, so quick, like this. They coming at you in waves, and everybody got defense for you. They deep. How deep? Shouts out to Ice Cube. How deep? So deep. Put to sleep. That's what I'm talking about. So they say so deep, man. 6 players from the Spurs averaging over 11 points a game. 6 players from the Spurs in the playoffs averaging over a steal a game. They will come at you. If they averaging over a steal a game, that means they get at least 6 steals a game. You got to guard your pocket. They got picked. Me and my family before years back, we went to London and we were riding the trains. And the man would come on the announcement like, everybody guard your valuables. We got pickpockets on the trains. They got picked. They was really telling me that the Spurs were on the train. They got snakes on the plane. They got Spurs on the train, robbing your pockets, let me get what you got. Let me get what you got. They stealing out there, man. You need to call the laws. They pickpocketing out there. Call the police. Got to guard your pockets out there, man. They deep in the streets. They guard your pockets. All right. So all of them under 22, as I said before. So that means for years and years and years to come, you got to deal with these people, man. That's why we saying we entering the Wembanyama era. These Spurs are going to be around. You heard me? Around like a circle, around like a loop. They're going to be there for a minute. So they're not afraid of the moment. They deep. They got deepest. They come at you in waves. They don't rest. You can't take a breath. Bring your asthma pump when you're going to play against the Spurs. That's what I'm saying. Segment 4. Segment 4, I'm going to tell you a little bit better, is that I respect the Knicks. I'm not saying all this to say I don't respect the Knicks. I know the Knicks made it here for a reason. Like Barnes said, we here for a purpose. We know that the Knicks are here for a purpose. I respect them. So don't get me wrong. I respect the Knicks. They're supposed to be here. They got a path to victory. They got JB. Jalen Brunson is clutch. I don't care if he's 5'7" 3/4. He's clutch. That herky-jerky left hand, and he got footwork. He fearless. He got footwork. I'm still mad at Mark Cuban I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. I'm still mad at Mark Cuban for letting him go for a little bit of nothing. Thinking you so small. We're going to give him. We're going to underbid him. He ain't worth it. And he been the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. He been the man ever since he landed in New York. Even New York didn't want him at first. They wanted Donovan Mitchell so bad. They wanted Kevin Durant so bad. And they had to settle for Jalen Brunson. And he's about to be the best Knick in Knicks history. Sorry, John Starks. Sorry, Patrick Ewing. But that man Brunson, yeah, man, I'm giving it to him. And I'm sorry. And Cat, like I said before, Cat has been the second best big man in the playoffs. And I know he can pull Wemby away from the basket with his 3-pointer. I'm just mad when Cat has the nerve to say he's the best shooting big man of all time, like Dirk don't exist. Check your history books. But anyway, say I know he can pull Wemby away from the basket, and that's cool. So Wemby, you better be on guard for that, or let somebody else get out there. Let Vassell get out there and get him like he got Chet. And I know, and OG, and I ain't talking about Tracy Morgan, the OG show. OG, Ananobi, been lights out from 3 pointers, and he got defense. And I think he'll like they used to do Dirt back in the days because he was slight of stature. They thought it was soft. They would put like Steven Jackson or Reese. They would put shorter wings on him to kind of disturb him, get up under him, and pressure him. I think they'll do that with Victor a little bit. But Victor, he's been a monster. He'll play the defense. He'll dunk on you if he had to. He'll shoot that three. He in the passing lane. Don't get me wrong. I got it. They got 5 players averaging over 11 points out there for the Knicks. Shamet, McBride. These boys have been lights out from the 3-point. I think Shamet was like 12 or 13 threes at one point. They will bust you. So I need defenders. I need you defenders to be all in their grill. Like Missy Elliott, I need y'all to be all in their grill. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been lights out all playoffs long. I won't take that from them. But I'm going to ask you like this. Another question before I got you. Put on your thinking caps and answer this for me. Right now, if we got one possession left in the game, I'm talking about this 98-97, either way, for the Knicks or for the Spurs. Who you going to get a ball to? Would you trust more Brunson or Wembanyama? They both can put it in the bucket. But do I want to trust Jalen Brunson, 5'10", 195? Or do I want to trust Urang, 7'5", Wembanyama with the ball? I think I'm going Wembanyama. I think I'm going with Wembanyama. Drop your answers in the chat and let me know who you going for. Who would you get a ball to in the clutch, in the final moments of the game? This game 7, to win it for you all, to take the trophy back, hold up to Larry O'Brien. Who gonna get a ball to? Like Smith, you say, rap something. Who gonna get a ball to? Would it be Wembanyama? Like it's like the devil on your shoulder, the guy on the other shoulder. Who you gonna go for? Wembanyama, Jalen Brunson. Like I used to always love that episode of Tom and Jerry. I would always have it on the shoulder. Anyway, that's just my thought for you. But okay, like I said, who'd you trust? All right, my 7-5 for you. This is what you've been waiting for. Why do the Spurs win? Who do I think gonna win? You already know I'm gonna win. The Spurs gonna win it. Why? 3 things. 1, 2, 3 things stand out for me. First thing that stands out for me in this, the reason why I'm picking the Spurs, because they have the best player. If you know anything about basketball, if you know anything about the playoffs, championship basketball, the team that has the best player has the best chance of coming out victorious. And the Spurs got the best player. That's just how it works. If you got the best player, a lot of people say, well, SGA was better than Wembanyama. Nah, but SGA plus the foul calls would be better. When you don't get them foul calls, it's hard for you. But I'm not. Now, don't get me wrong. That's going to be a thing to battle with, too, because Jalen Brunson is another flopper. He's another person that's going to be flopping to the ref trying to get those calls. So I'm going to come back with you on another episode. I'm sure in one of these games, I'm going to have to come back to you and talk to you about flopping Brunson. So we'll be back with that. So like I said, the first thing that stands out, they got the best player. Number 2, they got home court advantage. And I'm bringing it back to what I just said the last series. We know that OKC had the home court advantage. But like I said, it doesn't trump what comes number 1. The best player is number 1. And you got the best player. That trumps number 2 and number 3. And they got the best player. So number 2, they got home court advantage. So beware, Knicks fans. Hopefully I got the plane tickets ready to travel to San Antonio to support your team. But they got the best player. They got home court advantage. And number 3, they already proved that they can look eye to eye with adversity, to trouble, to drama, and overcome it. We shall overcome someday. They can overcome. I know they can overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe that the Spurs will overcome someday, and that day gonna be today. Well, Wednesday. All right? So, like I said, they got the best player. They got home court advantage, and they have proven that they can look in the face of adversity and beat it. Who have the Knicks beat? Now, the last round they played against the Cavs. Now, James Harden is an all-time great shooting guard. I think he's top 5 shooting guard of all time in the season. Now, when the playoffs come, when crunch time comes, game 6, game 7, man, Harden is APB. Harden is the greatest hide-and-go-seek playoff player I've ever seen in my life. Like, he was like on the episode of Punky Brewster when Cherry decided to hide in the refrigerator. Nobody think to look in the refrigerator, because if you like yourself in it, you can't come out. That's James Harden. He liked himself in and he can't come out. So, and I like Donovan Mitchell, but he can't play defense to save his family's life. He won't play defense. And I don't know what happened to Allen and Mobley. Mobley played smaller than Chet. When I just see Mobley falling on the ground, they just snatched Jason Hart just snatching the ball out of his hand. It just was embarrassing. So they haven't played any. They played against Detroit. Detroit was #1, but we know that Detroit this offseason, Detroit better go get some ball handling because they had to hand the ball into Cunningham's hand, and Cunningham can only do so much by himself. They had nobody else. They had no other ball handlers at all, and no defense. Just was done. So Knicks haven't played anybody. So they have not played anybody. And to be honest, New York's path to winning the championship revolves around them having perfection. They have to perfect. They have to have their execution has to be perfect in order to win. And for the Spurs, they just need Wembanyama to be Wembanyama. And if Wembanyama is not Wembanyama for 2 of those games, he got about 95 other people that I already named in the previous segments. It's just too many people to name again. They got Harper, they got Casper, they got too many people. Kevin Johnson, they got Vassell. You know what I'm saying? So they just got too many people. So they just have to be Wembanyama. Just have to be Wembanyama. But the Knicks, they just got to be perfection, man. It's hard out there. Just be Wembanyama. That's all you got to do. And that's the huge difference. That's the huge difference that sets them apart. Just be Wembanyama. So, in closing, Knicks, I'm not taking anything away. I know that the Knicks will be competitive. I know that they will be competitive. I know it. I know that Brunson's going to have monster games. I know that it will be electric in the Garden like Louis the light bulb. I know it's going to be electric. But eventually, length wins. Eventually, defense wins. And eventually, Victor Wembanyama will be a world champion. And the story won't be that the Spurs won the finals. The story is going to be that we are now entering in the Wembanyama era. So as I leave, never heard that before. As I leave, I want to take this time to apologize. This is a true apology. I'm sincere. I truly want to apologize because I love watching Malcolm X. I loved Jungle Fever. What's the other one with Do the Right Thing? I love all these movies, so I want to apologize to Spike Lee. Why do I want to apologize to Spike Lee? Because I don't care. I really don't care if they have Josh Hart, Kevin Hart, or Owen Hart. Spurs in 5. Spurs in 5. and one of my favorite point guards growing up, I love Marbury. Love Marbury. New York. I love Carmelo Anthony, New York. I love Skip to my Lou. Oh, Skip to my Lou. I love all these New York legends, but I gotta apologize to y'all too. And Tracy Morgan, I loved you as being bro man. I'm not sorry, I'm gonna say bro man from fifth floor. Forgive me. I love you being hustle man. Hustle man, I want to apologize to you. Why? Why do I want to apologize to you? Because I don't care if they have Jalen Brunson, Dor Brunson, or Charles Brunson. Spurs in 5. Spurs in 5. Spurs in 5. Spurs in 5. Gentlemen sweep. That means we're gonna when we sweep the floor, we're gonna sweep it a little bit and put it in the corner. We're gonna put it in the corner away from everybody so the fans won't see it. And then when the fans go to the concession stand, we're gonna help them put it in the dustpan real quick. Now the way that the OKC swept the Lakers, they walked out there with everybody to the next seat. They had the broom sweeping in front of everybody, sweeping the dust all into the crowd. That was just a disrespectful sweep. But when we gentlemen sweep the Knicks, it's gonna be very politely. Very politely. Like I said before, I don't care if you have Josh Hart, Kevin Hart, or Owen Hart. Spurs in 5. Spurs in 5. Jalen Brunson, Dor Brunson, Charles Brunson. Spurs in 5. That's your boy. Miss You Never Heard That Before. Coming with you live for the Sports Edition NBA Finals 2026. Your San Antonio Spurs versus your New York Knicks. Shouts out to Marv Albert. Shouts out to Amar Rashad. I feel like I'm just on you boys' level when I'm reporting it live like this, coming to you straight from Abu Dhabi, from Fort Worth to Abu Dhabi. Miss You Never Heard That Before. It's your boy. Please check it out. I'm be representing after every game I come back. Please join in. Please share. Please subscribe. Drop me a comment. Answer those questions. Who you checking first? Wembanyama or anybody else in the league? Who you taking in crunch time? Jalen Brunson or Wembanyama? And drop me a comment. Who you think is going to be the X factor? Who's going to be the X factor to take their team over the top? Some choices. Could be Castle. Could be Fox. Could be Hart. Could be Cat. Could be McBride. You never know. Could be Shattuck hitting threes everywhere. We never know. Could be Dylan Hall, but a young rookie coming up. So who you think gonna be the X factor? Drop me those comments, share, subscribe. It's your boy. Check me out. Sports Edition. Miss you never heard that before. Gia.